All right. Hey guys, welcome to the live feedback. Hey Hunter, how are you doing?
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Hunter Grant. If you don't know me, I recently had a release on Glow Records called Fight the Good Fight, and I'm also having an upcoming release on FeelQ with Atreus and Kevin Cresson next week on Wednesday. Yeah, I am excited to get into the feedback session. I'm very honored to do
Yeah.
this as well. So let's
One
jump right into it.
thing, I hear a double echo on your side.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. I just lowered the volume. My apologies.
Yeah, cool. Thanks. Because otherwise it's gonna be weird for the feedback. Um, I'm just gonna wait a little bit for more people to join, and then we'll start with the first one, which is Blaine. Hello. How are you guys doing?
Do we have the same pair of headphones? What headphones do you have?
It's the Audio Technica ATH M50X, like the classic.
Yeah, I have them in white.
In white, yeah.
Yep.
I feel like they're very like famous in the producer world, but funny enough, I had those headphones even before getting into music production. I didn't know it was for producers.
I picked them up because I thought they were really reliable for like the affordable, but also
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
bang for your
agreed.
buck.
Yeah, everyone asks me about the headphones all the time, and they're really good for an affordable price in the price range of headphones. So yeah. All right, let's get started. So the first one is by Blaine.
Need to breathe, gave up on your sanity to hide behind your shadow. While you tried to take the sun down, hearts don't ever change to gold. Out there thinking that you'll win the world alone. No one ever told you that you'll have to fight for something, or you'll never learn to balance. It's too cold, standing in the middle of the downpour, looking in the mirror 'cause it's only you.
Cool. Well, that's a good first one.
Not bad, not bad. I'll let you start off with your feedback.
Yeah. I mean, I think mine, the first one, Arvin used side too. I'd say at the beginning there was something offbeat a little bit. I feel like the vocal was a bit offbeat, but also the first effects that came in as well to start the breakdown was a little bit offset. So yeah, fixing this will definitely make the song better. And I thought in the mix, because like creatively it's cool. There's a lot of good things that works. But mixing wise, I feel like the frequencies could be more balanced. Like at the very first, there was like a lot of just bass, like sub bass. And then after, I felt like there was no low end really. Even in the drop, it was missing some bass and more sub. So yeah, in the drop as well, I would put more drums, more FX for more energy. It was missing a bit of energy. Yeah, and mixing the piano as well a bit better in this part of the breakdown. To be like more soft, more laid back in the mix, like as a bass. Yeah. Do you have something else? Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, it kind of like cut out like the last few seconds of what you said, but I agree. the vocal was very off beat. It was kind of like, I don't know if it was moving too fast or too slow for it, but as well as there was not enough transitions that really glued everything together in the break. It kind of just felt like cookie cutter almost, where it was just like opening, second part of the break, build up, drop. It wasn't just one smooth ride. It was kind of just very, like, I guess, bumpy along the way. But in the drop, there was, like you said, there wasn't enough sub, there wasn't enough of that low end to really have that power to carry. It just felt very empty. And I mean, even though there is like a couple of, here, like, hiccups here and there, I think it is a very solid start to the feedback session. And I think that as I, with the vocal also being off, I feel like it didn't really fit either.
Yeah, maybe it'll help when it's more in the rhythm.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Like
it has a lot of potential, just a few little things here and there. But yeah, really, really cool. All right. Oh yeah, so the link to submit your demos is above in the comments. I think you should still be able to see it. But I will close it soon if we go above 30, 35 submissions. So yeah, you can still submit. All right, next one.
Ooh. Ooh. Damn.
I'll let you start first on this one.
We're starting strong.
Yeah.
I love the idea. I just think that the vocal needs a bit of reverb delay and a little bit of widening, so it's not so like mono. It's very like, this idea feels very mysterious,
to have bigger vocals,
atmospheric. You want that kind of like same effect, kind of like, you don't want it too wide, but you want it like wide enough, like where it really fits that like mysterious kind of vibe to the track.
Yeah.
The drop is very sick. I wasn't a huge fan of like the part in the build where the vocal just goes like out of nowhere, just like
so in
low in volume.
It's super. I felt like there was too much in reverb, like they used the endless smile like way too much.
Yeah,
you know,
it was just drowned in
that little bit
a ton of that.
Yeah.
But I like the drop. It was very energetic. It was very powerful.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Solid, and also I always want to do this, or wanted to try and do something like this. And one of my tracks is like after the drop, where it doesn't just go into like a down sweep or something like that, like where it kind of just keeps the same rhythm and like just the bass line and the chords are playing. Like that was really cool too.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, yeah, it felt like there was like 3 drops kind of thing. So I was gonna say I felt like it was a bit too much, like too repetitive. But if he finds a way to like break a little bit or bring some variation or contrast, it'd be cool. But yeah, otherwise, like, yeah, it was really atmospheric and everything. But I feel like you could maybe clean it up a little bit with EQing all your ambient loops and everything, because I felt like there was some what's the name?
Classic.
No, I don't know. Like yeah, just clean. It's not muddy, but it was like there was a lot of noise on the sides. So I feel like cleaning it could help. And
like extra sub and extra like high treble and stuff like that could be just taken away.
Yeah, just to control the frequencies and yeah. But yeah, no, it's really, really cool. Yeah.
I think this has potential to go to a good label once it is really touched up and perfected, especially with a little bit of better mixing and tiny more mastering. It's
yeah,
solid.
I was gonna say I would touch up the mix, especially in the drop. I don't know. I mean, the leads are super cool, but it felt something. I don't know, like. Maybe it's in the chords, but I hear this too much noise or white noise or something. Yeah. Anyway.
That could also be if the leads are not cut properly, like with all like the like you know how like you remove the sub from the leads because eventually all that builds up. Same thing with the white noise or the high treble. If you don't cut all that unnecessary like frequencies away, it all builds up, and then that's what causes that. So maybe that could be the cause of it. I don't really know, but
yeah, just some polishing, and I think it'll be really, really cool. I love those tracks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get to the next one. This one. Sick. I like the track that we're going on.
People. Just saying hi. Thanks for the feedback. I really appreciate it. Gonna work it.
What's up, Chuck?
ASAP. That's really cool. Also the vocals. Cool. Yeah, you're welcome. Really happy if the feedback can help. Oh, we have Nerve. He's here. This one's gonna be a banger. That's really, really cool.
That is, so I really, really like that. I'll let you start off this one.
I just have a couple things. I mean, this is really beautiful. You know, definitely love that style at the moment. The only thing for me, I don't know if you hear the same in your headphones, but I really miss some low end. It felt like there was not at all almost any in the breakdown.
Yes.
Yeah, and then in the drop, like it'd be nice to add it, you know, at the middle to like add something new to the ear. And I felt as well in the drop, you could definitely boost the bass, have more bass. You know, it seems at the moment labels are asking for more bass, like really. So yeah, I would definitely do this. And the leads are super cool, but I felt like maybe you could add a bit more highs or like saturation and maybe some distortion. I feel would go super well on those leads. So yeah, I don't know, love it. And yeah, it's just a few mixing here that I would say here and there, but otherwise, you know, pretty good arrangement, progression. Yeah, cool little pre-drop here. The fills were cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that, like you said, in the break, it was missing that low end, that kind of, and sometimes I know that often I guess like go to, especially in Prague is a race base, but let's say that you don't want to use a race base. Excuse me. Let's say that you don't want to use a race base. You could use like a, and this is a trick I learned from a few established producers such as Severman or like my good buddy Atreus. You can use like a low piano and a low guitar,
Yeah.
and use that as a bass. I also
That's what I was
love the
gonna
guitar
say,
sample
yeah.
in this. I think that you could use more texture, and what I mean by that, and I've said this before, and I'm a sucker for texture, is rain, bird
Natural
chirping, vinyl
sounds.
cracking,
Yeah.
stuff like that. You definitely want to use stuff like that to really bring your track to life and to that next level. Also, with this break, I feel like it was just kind of one long, continuous thing, and there wasn't really any transitions and kicks and snaps to really have a groove to it to lead into
Yeah.
that build. The build just kind of felt like, okay, now here's the build. Like I want to hear something that I can kind of like move my head to, and like whether it's like a kick that is just the sub part of it and not like the full. If you know what I mean, like
Yeah, the filtered kick, the
yeah,
classic
filtered
note that
kick.
like, oh,
If
something good's coming.
if you have something like that,
Yeah.
you want to hint towards it,
Yeah, that's a good one,
and
yeah.
just also ear candy with pianos, I think would fit really well in this.
Oh
But
yeah,
the drop,
in the second
I
drop,
love.
it was so nice. In the second drop, they added those little high notes. This was really, really nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that this has potential, and honestly, once it's touched upon with a solid vocal,
Yeah.
my boy Nerve is improving so
Yeah,
much.
he's
And
going like really fast, and he's getting like really good really quick.
yeah, I want to see more stuff like this and different stuff that you can crush, because wow, man, you're killing it. But
Yeah.
I love that one, and let's get into the next one.
Yeah. Okay, I think after the next one, I will close the form for the submissions, guys. So if you want to send something, it's now. All right.
I'm dreaming, dreaming. I'm believing, believing. You have gone home for the day. Your perfume has gone away. Really wanted you to stay and tell me what there is to say. I could never tell you how I felt when I tasted your smile. Now it's just a fleeting memory, 'cause you've been gone for a while. I'm dreaming, dreaming. I'm believing,
Nice.
If you don't mind,
Yeah, go ahead.
me starting this one off. The vocal, I love. I've heard of this guy before. I don't remember what tracks he's on, but I think I've heard this this guy's voice before. It'll come to me where I've heard him before, but solid vocal, definitely. Just I was waiting for this kind of maybe even before the build. We did it in Fight the Good Fight, where it builds tension, 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 and has to stop with just the
little
vocal.
break and goes
And
back. Yeah.
I think that'll build a lot of emotion, and I was waiting for that just stop and then into the build. But
Yeah.
I think that'll definitely add a lot. And with the leads in that drop, I think it needs a lot more body. It's just really high end to me,
Yeah.
and not a lot of like that oomph that Prague has. It just seems a bit high, and that's all.
Yeah, a bit
I
more
don't know if you
layering. Yeah.
could add that in just the leads, or maybe even a little bit of a sub as well for the bass. But other than that, vocals nice. The break is very nice as well. I think that with also maybe a little bit more kicks or snaps, something like that, to just spice up variation. Very good.
Yeah, no, totally agree. And I was gonna say as well, like, it overall sounds beautiful, like the creatively, it's all there. But I felt like the mix was, it needs a bit more work, a bit more polishing. It felt like things
Mhm.
were a bit all over the place, meaning that I feel like the gain, the volume levels of each element. I think maybe try and take everything down to zero and just bring them back up one by one, with like starting with the kick, the chords, the main important elements. Because I felt like the strings on the side were maybe too loud, or just re-level everything so it all sounds at its place. Each element has its place in the mix. I think I was something as well on the build-up. Let me just... Yeah, I felt like maybe it can go a bit more thin, and I think louder snare roll as well a little bit, to have a bit more impact at the drop, because it felt a bit too. There is the little, like it goes, and then go. The impact, but I feel like it could have more impact at the drop if you do this. And yeah, I think as well, it's a little detail, but in the drop, when you EQ, like automate the EQ, to filter the leads, I felt like it was a bit off, like just rework the curve of the automation so that it really goes well, because it felt like it was coming in too early or too late or something like this. I don't remember exactly, but it felt a bit off in terms of timing. So just retime that filter curve for the EQ, and yeah. That was
I
all
think
my
that
notes.
just a quick last note is to maybe add a bit more risers or sweeps into it,
Yeah.
and maybe even like in the second half of the build, add a punchy kick. Not too loud though, so it's not like clashing with the
Yeah.
bass, but just to really build that tension and that like, oh, like I wonder what's coming. I'm excited to hear this drop, and then it will hit the drop 10 times
Yeah.
harder.
Yeah, definitely agree. All right. I think we're gonna cut it here. Whoo! Someone just sent it. Just before I hit the button. All right. I'm gonna cut the submissions here because already 30 is gonna be a couple hours, so I don't want you guys to wait forever. All right. Let's go. Next one. Nakimine. I think he's been the winner of one of the first feedback sessions I've done. He won like some
Really?
vocals. Yeah, I had done this. All right, let's go.
ख्वाबों में तुझको देखूं मैं हर दफा तुझको ही पाना चाहूं मैं हर जगह खुशियों से भर दी थी ये मेरी जिंदगी पहले जैसा अब कुछ भी रहा ही नहीं तेरी यादें तेरी बातें तेरी हर एक मुलाकातें तेरी यादें तेरी बातें तेरी हर एक मुलाकातें मैं याद करता हूँ तू खूब सता पर दूर कहीं ना जाना ना जाना ना जाना ना जाना ना जाना
right, that was a different one. So this is a rough idea he's telling us.
I read that in the
Yeah.
what is it? The comment
Chat.
section on the side. But I'll let you start off with your feedback.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if it's just an idea, I won't go too deep in it. I think it has potential because like it's different, so it's nice. The vocals were really nice as well. But I think the main thing right now is to control the mix going forward, and also actually the first thing, there was a few things off key, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because there was some chords and the guitar as well. When it comes in, it was definitely off key. So if you reunify all this, it'll definitely work better. And what I was saying before is to also control the mix because it was really, really muddy everywhere, especially in the chords and everything, like really muddy. So don't hesitate. The chords, if you had strings, ambient loop or stuff like this, to really like cut the lows quite a bit. Or bring down the frequencies around 400 and around. Yeah, I think it'll help a lot to make space as well in the mix and hear what's happening. And I think as well, but this is just an idea, so I would say, add more elements, especially in the drop, but it's just an idea, so I'm guessing you're gonna do that after. And yeah, definitely some more, like in the drop, because I'm guessing it goes to like a future bass vibe, I felt.
Something like that. It
Yeah.
was like like a future bass type or a what is it? Like I can't even think of the genre, but it was very like what is, not trance. I can't even think of the genre. I think future bass is the
Yeah, we'll call it future bass for now.
yeah. Let's call it that.
But yeah, definitely more elements, especially in the leads, I think. Yeah, it's future bass, okay. But yeah, in the leads, in the chords, to have, the screechy sounds, or you can do some vocal chops here and there. I think if you're going for future bass as well, it's like, because, usually like they cut the chords like, and like they, at the snare, it stops for like a beat or something like this, and then it goes back. So this will add as well, like this will help a lot for future bass style. Definitely a bit more drums, toms, here and there. Yeah, but yeah.
I agree with the muddied kind of mixing, especially in the very like first before the break started, like with the vocal, like where it was just kind of the ambience of the chords, like it was sounded. I was trying to figure out. I was like what specifically like am I listening to? Because part of it was like very like I heard the chords, and then it was drowning out some of the ambience, and then the ambience was drowning out the chords. It was kind of like a weird back and forth, and then I feel like maybe it's just the way that the vocals sung. I'm not sure because I don't really understand what the lyrics are being said, but it seemed like it was really, really long, the break. And I think that maybe if it was shortened up just a little bit, it would maybe make the it would be more of an appeal. Like if you have a song that is good, that is 2 minutes, and then a song that is good that is 10 minutes, someone will be more inclined to listen to the 2 minutes because you don't lose the attention of someone that,
especially the very, very intro. Songs are getting shorter and shorter, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely cut in half or something, or goes straight to the song. Yeah.
I think that this does have potential. I think that especially the mixing and the drop, and once improved, I think definitely
yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it definitely
has
changes
an
as
appeal.
well from his style. I was not expecting that, so that's cool.
All right, let's get into the next one.
All right, 7 Head remix. Oh, my copyright.
Oh boy.
Okay. Nice chords.
Summer in the hills. watching seasons change. Our roads were lined with adventure, mountains in the way couldn't keep us from the sea. Here we stand, open arms. This is home where we are, ever strong in the world that we made. I still hear you in the breeze, see your shadows in the trees, holding on, memories never change.
Cool.
I
It's funny
love
because
the chords.
yeah, I mean, well, there's no chords in the drop, which it was gonna be one of my notes. But the
Yeah.
chords in the breakdown, it's funny because the breakdown and the drop is very different in terms of production quality, I'd say.
Mhm.
So it
I
surprised
get
me. I don't know what's happening there, but it's very surprising. But yeah, the chords in the breakdown and the atmosphere, the ambience and everything, it is so beautiful. Like the chords were amazing. I see someone said I've heard these vocals before. Yes, me too. And I think from a very famous song. I just don't remember which one, but it's obviously a remix.
Mhm.
So do you want to go first?
I think that the break, love the chords. I think that the track, like I said in the last one, was very long. It took
Yeah,
2 minutes to get to the
yeah.
drop, and normally you'd be like, if I'm
I think 1 minute,
looking
one
like,
minute 30 is usually when you get the drop.
yeah, like a minute, or sometimes even a minute, and
Yeah,
like you're already in the drop, and to wait 2 minutes to get to the drop, it's kind of long.
yeah,
I also think that the percussion or whatever, like the kick and clap that you were adding, I
yeah.
like that it breaks it up. Just that it seems very like the pattern seems very generic per se, where it's just kick, clap, kick, clap,
Yeah,
kick,
actually,
clap.
about this, I was even saying to change the sample because I don't think it matches really the vibe. So I would definitely
Hmm.
look for another one, like another sample of kick and clap. I felt like it was like too higher frequency, top frequencies, and I feel like if you go more in the body type of kick, it'll almost filtered. It'll go more with the vibe of this song, which is like super
Uh,
calm and atmospheric, and yeah.
I also think that the drop leads are very what are they? Very what's the word I'm looking for? Uh,
Thin?
bland. There's not really thin,
Yeah.
bland. It's not there's isn't a lot of unique sounds. It's very like I guess generic quote unquote prog, and it's not a lot of body to the drop. Like you said earlier, the production
Yeah.
quality of the break
Yeah,
and
it's
the
really
build sounds
surprising.
completely different.
Yeah, it's really surprising because it's definitely missing chords in the drop. So that will definitely help with the leads and all, and the whole drop, and also more drums, more effects, for energy and everything. But yeah, I mean, maybe he just had spent more time on the breakdown than the drop, and so I'm sure the drops will sound good after. But yeah, I mean the breakdown definitely does sounds really good. But I was missing. Wait, did I say low end? Oh yeah, no, I think I was saying to clean the low end because there's a lot of rumble. And I think as well in the breakdown, the chords, some of the chords are on the side, like a lot on the sides, and it felt really disturbing because it's like the low part of the chords that are on the sides, which is never a good idea. It's always better to keep the low end more mono. So yeah, that'll help with the mix as well. And I was saying as well a bit more build up because actually you can see in the wave form of the song, you don't know where, like right now I don't know where the drop is, I don't know where the build up is. Usually you can tell because of dynamic by using dynamic contrast. So if you have a bit more build up and like a little a little drop like you have here, and then in the drop you'll have more impact for the drop, it'll have more energy and all, and it'll have more variation and progression in the song, which will definitely help to bring those variation, contrast, dynamics stuff that we want.
I agree. I think that with some separation and cleaner mixing and a few added elements, the melody is alright. I saw a few people say that they liked it, and a few people said that they didn't.
Yeah.
I think
I liked it, yeah.
I think that there's parts of the melody that I like, just that it seems like there's not really a flow to the melody. But once you maybe rearrange some of the parts, or maybe take out one section and just shorten it, sometimes less is more. And you don't have to go crazy going up and down and like having 10 different rhythms or 10 different things in your melody. Stick to one rhythm, stick to maybe a simpler thing that if you could hum it comfortably or whistle it comfortably, you're on a good track for a good melody. If you can't do that, then you need to head back to the studio and rework it.
Yeah. Because I liked it as well. There was a lot of I think at some point there was like an ARP melody that came in. There was like a nice air candy. There was like a lot in the breakdown. There was like a lot to keep the ear interested, and that was good. Yeah. All right. Next. Oh, Barna. Hope he's here.
You've been on a mission to take my pride away from me. You don't ever listen, and you live with your complacency. You don't scare me, but you should fear me. The sun is setting, don't trust your hearing. You made a monster, I'm your imposter. Go ahead and wander, but don't trust the water. Suffocating, devastating, enervating, concentrating, captivating, aggravating, calculating. I'm the nightmare of the day.
I feel like I heard that before, but even the drop.
Really?
At the chord progression, the ding, 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 I don't know. I feel like I heard that before. Yeah, maybe that's it. Imagine Dragons. I feel like that's it. Anyway. Anyway, it's a really cool vibe overall, really cool vibe. The vocals as well, the mixing of the vocals, did you notice how there's one vocal on the side? On the right side?
Yeah.
Is it a good thing or bad, or... I kind of liked it.
Well, you want it to... you're going to have to balance it out.
Right. Because usually
if you want one on kind of more the right side, then you're going to want something also, let's say, a like an ad lib to the vocal
Yeah,
or like
something to
something
balance it
else.
up, but it
you
was
know, left.
cool. Yeah.
I also think that like where was the build up? There
Yeah.
was no tension that builds into the track, and this
Yeah.
doesn't have to just be for prog. This could be for any genre, and I think that there needs to be a build and something that builds up to that drop. And if was it just me or was the drop chords a bit or whatever the melody was out of key in some parts?
Uh, it felt detuned almost.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say out of key. I don't know. Cause yeah, it was definitely I don't know detuned. So maybe it's one of the songs that use like one note like out of the scale, but that kind of like
yeah.
matches.
I don't know how to explain it. It was just
Yeah.
it felt like I like the vibe of the vocal. I like
Yeah.
also the same thing I said on the last one. And no, this is not me just reiterating feedback, but this is just I guess like the same I think thing that people are doing is these generic samples. Don't
Yeah.
do a simple floor to the floor pattern. Do something like that is makes you stand out with your percussion, and whether that's a like a cinematic drum or maybe like a drum loop that is very nice and different and catchy. That's what you want to do. Don't just do kick clap kick clap kick clap because then that just sounds like like I've heard this a million times.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think as well a few people are saying it can have more variation in the drop, like I think go an octave higher. My God, this is English is hard. But yeah, definitely agree. It would add some variation and different things. Yeah, the mix as well. Totally agree. It felt a bit muddy, rumble a bit everywhere. So clean all that. But it'll come with some more polishing. I think someone said the vocals are not original, but yes, it is a remix. So that's normal.
We have a lot of remixes in here that I've seen so far.
Yeah, but you know what? Actually, I'm thinking I might have to soon say no remix because I'm gonna get copyrighted all the time. Guys, it's hurting my channel. But yeah, no. Otherwise, I think it has a lot of potential. It's really cool, but yeah, it needs a little bit more things here and there, a bit more polishing and all this. And yeah, I think it'll be cool. I really like the vocals, but yeah, if you balance it out a little bit, it'll be nice. It's really cool.
I agree.
All right, next. You look like Tungevag. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Tungevag? I don't know. Someone says that.
I have no idea who that is.
He's a DJ, but I don't know how he looks like. So stay behind me. All right.
I like that name.
That reminds mine. Ooh. Oh, the extended is already sounding good. Oh, DJ looks very good.
I'll let you start this one off.
Sorry.
I said I'll let you start this one off.
Yeah, I mean, it's really really cool. I love it. I mean, I think overall there needs some mix cleaning as well. Like lots of rumble in the breakdown, in the intro, like
Yes.
lots of low rumble, sorry, and overall muddiness here and there. So definitely can be improved. But otherwise, the idea is really cool. The intro is really really cool. But it felt too long, as we were saying before. It's just a bit too long, but the intro vibe was really cool. Maybe if you don't want to cut, the length, try to add some new things like I think an arp, or I think you had some higher piano notes or stuff like this. I don't know, some strings, anything that can make it move. Then the chord progression is really really cool. I don't know what you thought, but I really liked the chord progression. Like the piano was so beautiful for me. So that was cool, but yeah, we'll need some mix cleaning. The drop hit hard. Like I really liked it, but I'd say maybe the leads could be could stand out a bit more in the mix with either some more highs or saturation. That'll help to be one of the main elements. And I think in the build-up as well, I think you can have a bit of a louder snare roll or add another one to have a bit more energy. And yeah, that's all I had for now. But really cool, really good potential. It's really, really nice.
I think that like especially with the bass, like you said, had a lot of rumble, but samples felt. I don't know how to feel about it. I understand like the idea that like the person was going for. Who made this again? If you don't mind me asking, like who made this idea?
Oh, DJ Lost World.
DJ Lost World. I think that the sample that he was going for really like it's kind of unique, but at the same time with all the rumble and all that like unnecessary frequencies that were there made it like distasteful. And the drop for me felt out of place, believe it or not. I think that the mixing could be a lot better. The sound design and the leads could be improved a ton. There's a lot of high end, not enough body. And when I say body, I mean mids and etc. to really carry the leads. I think that other than that, the idea is pretty cool, and
I think it's solid. It has a lot of potential with more polishing, a bit more work on it.
Yeah, I think that overall the idea is not bad, and with some improvement, can potentially go somewhere.
All right. Oh my god, we haven't made 10 yet? Oh. Okay, we need to go faster. Sorry, guys. All right, three metrics.
I need time to figure out what went wrong. Where was the breakdown? But I'm tired of seeing only in gray. Why have the colors all but faded away?
I I am. I mean, I don't know if I'm crazy for saying this. I am not a fan of the vocal. I don't I don't know. That just seems just not my taste. But the break I like a lot. The break had a lot of emotion. Had pretty good mixing to it.
Yeah.
The drop seemed like that's where the most improvement could have been.
Yeah, a bit
The
thin.
I think that the leads were drowned underneath everything. I
Yeah.
couldn't really hear them that well. Couldn't really hear the melody too great
Yeah.
because of how off the mixing was. But it's for me a good start. I hope that is also a placeholder vocal because as I was reading in the comments that this
Yeah.
vocal is already used in the track before, so I would get a different vocal for it, something that really fits an original one because like always look for original vocals.
Yeah.
They always want something that is not only unique but good. So find a good vocalist, even if they pay like
Yeah.
a few hundred, or if you have to pay a few $100s, I would say still pick them up.
Yeah, I know finding vocals is like the nightmare of producers.
Well, once you know a few solid singers and like
Yeah.
some producers, they could definitely
Yeah,
help
they
you
can
out and
recommend
lead you in a
you.
good
Yeah,
direction
yeah.
for vocals.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Like once you just network with people, like you can once you've worked with someone or whatever, you'll be like, hey, can you send me to a singer that you've used before, or do you know a singer? And it's like word of mouth, I guess the expression is.
Yeah,
So yeah, it always worked, but it always is worth it to take some time to talk with singers, network with singers. It's really worth it, and some of them are not that expensive, to be honest. Like you can find a lot. Even some will do it for free because they want to collab with you, and they're just really good.
yeah,
So yeah, so. Yeah, I mean, for me, the main thing is the drop, which sounded thin. I think thin is the word in my head right now.
yeah.
Like, more layers overall, definitely better mixing, but that will come once you have all the elements. And yeah, the leads were a bit drowned there, so with adding a bit more other sounds in the layers, a little pop with some more saturation, distortion, whatever. And yeah, more drums, fills here and there. Some more effects for more energy. One thing I like to do is put like a crowd noise and loops in the drop. It always
Yes.
helps with that, or like a white noise. It's amazing. So that would also help here. And yeah.
Yeah, the crowd noise really, even sometimes in the build, believe it or not, when you fill
Oh,
when
yeah,
you not
that makes
filter,
sense.
when you lower it, it builds tension, and then having it in the drop as well is what really carries that like
And that's a good one. I should try it
movement.
next. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I should try it next to have it also, because I always have it in the drop. But I should also try it in the build up. Yeah.
I learned that from Lucas and Steve. They said that that's like
Oh.
the real thing that builds that tension in their tracks because they use it quite often.
Nice.
Let's get into the next one.
Yep. All right. Oh. Hey, there's your bird sound. Okay. So I think that's someone very new to the producing. So, so a few things that I would do here. Definitely, what is really important is spend some time on the sound selection. Because those sounds really sound very synthetic,
Yeah.
like computer. So adding some more organic, real instruments sounds will help you for sure. And then, yeah, as someone just said it in the chat, is really repetitive. I think the loop is 4 bar, I think, at this point. So what you can do is, you have this pattern which is like this could be like your melody A, and then you can have, you can repeat it 2-3 times, and then the last one, it can be a different rhythm. This way it brings some variation, and otherwise you can also have another pattern of the melody that does like A, B, A, B, so stuff like this can definitely help. And yeah, then yeah, exactly, absolutely, no hate. Yeah, I think someone said yeah, sounds pretty beginnerish. Yeah, but it's okay. We all started there, so that's why I'm trying to give those.
Yeah, I've heard this chord progression before, and the same thing with the. I don't know if it's just like a go-to maybe melody rhythm, or I've heard this. I know I've definitely heard the chords before, like a YouTube video for like learning how to produce. And hey, look, everyone here, and if you say that you don't use YouTube even to this day, you're lying. You're lying directly to my face, and I don't like that. I still use YouTube to this day to, if like, let's say like I'm not inspired and like I hear someone else's idea and I'm like, huh, okay, like let me try and make something that has that same vibe. And I think that with some more like POV said, variation or maybe some more elements, as someone else said in the comments, would really bring this track to life per se. And also not having those quick chords where it's like dun 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 dun, having them more elongated notes as well would make it sound better, in my opinion. And I agree with the robotic sound. In some tracks, in some styles, it sounds good, like trance or other
like chiptune stuff like this,
genres like that. But in progressive house, you want that real organic sound, that real like like pianos, violin, stuff like that. And I also think that maybe even investing in some free plugins like Keyzone or something along those lines would really help the piano, and Labs as well. Yeah, because I know that is the if I'm not mistaken, the FL key sound, and it's nothing wrong with using that to begin and to start. But if you really want to produce, you want some better sounds.
Actually, FL has a grand piano sound, which doesn't sound bad. Not the FL keys.
Yes, it is.
Grand piano. Like I've seen big producers using it in one of the layers, and it's like,
Yeah, because even some of the samples that they have, or some of the sound effects that FL stock has, is really good. So don't just limit yourself to like, oh yeah, this is the easiest thing for me to find. Let me use it. Really explore. Like, know your dog. Know whether you're using FL, Ableton, Logic. I don't care if you're using your iPad to make music. Learn your dog. Know the ins and outs of it.
Yeah, some people make crazy stuff with FL Studio Mobile, and it's like, wow.
I know a few gods that use mobile, and it's insane.
Yeah, no, it's it's a good start. You have to start somewhere, and at least everything is in the key. That's already great. Because I know it's hard when you start to do that, so that's great. And yeah, just try and bring some more variations and contrast in your patterns, both in chords and melody, and then you can start working on the sound selection with better sounds, and it'll already start to bring it to life, as you were saying. So yeah. All right, next, hypothermia. Oh yeah. Let's go. Ooh, rainbow.
Ooh.
This is not what it
Wow.
That was insane. I have nothing to say.
Like that.
I have nothing to say because as it was going, I was like, okay, right room, I hope it's not going to be repetitive. Oh, it changes. Oh, cool. It's not. And then I was like, I hope there's some like effects, you know, little fills here. And like, oh, there is. And so I have nothing to say because there was like a lot of ear candy, a lot of things. Like it was usually sometimes those style, I feel like you can very easily fall into the repetitiveness. But
Yes.
I felt like this one was amazing because every 4 bar there's something that changes, something new that comes, a new layer, a new lead sound, new effects. Like it was really cool. So from what I know of the genre, I have nothing else to say because that's definitely not the genre that I produce. So I don't know more specific. I don't know if you do. But yeah.
I am not a huge fan at all of the vocal. For me personally, I was like, this is kind of cheesy. The vocal. I think if you have something that really stands out with this, excuse me, I think that it would sound like 10 times better, and something even like a vocal change will be just like a hell of an improvement. I also love the change up that you did in the second part of the drop bars, that kind of like more plucky
Yeah.
sound. That was really cool and unique and really stood out. But other than that, I think that it had power to it. I think it had. I also like what you did with the vocal, like where you chopped it up and the like before the build went do and went down, and then the build. That was also really cool. But other than that, I have no comment. That was really solid.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. That was awesome. I'd listen to that, which usually I don't. But I feel like since Ultra, I've been listening to way more like of those stuff and Big Room and stuff like this. And I'm really tempted
Yeah, because
to
we
go
miss
this
it.
way.
Because we
Oh,
miss it.
yeah.
Thanks, Hardwell.
Yeah, actually. All right, Senso, he's next. Can't wait to hear what he has this time. Sorry.
Wow.
Oh, it's yeah. Okay. Thought I had to stop it. Cool. I mean, overall, it's really beautiful. You know, emotional progressive house. I love that.
I'll
Do
let
you
you
wanna
start
go
off
first?
with whatever
Okay.
feedback you have.
Yeah, I mean, I think we both reacted at the same time. There's one chord that is really off, just one.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know
don't know if you caught that.
Oh yeah, I went exactly the same reaction in my face that you did,
It's like,
and I looked and you're like, we were both like weird because like the chord progression sounds awesome, it's beautiful, but there's just one chord. It's yeah, this one.
yeah.
Okay, this one. This one, there's a note in it, or a couple notes that are definitely not in key. So just fix that one chord, and that'll definitely help. Yeah, I was surprised because yeah, the rest sounds beautiful.
Yeah,
Don't,
I agree. I didn't even I wasn't even paying attention to your
yeah,
webcam. I was too busy looking at the timestamp because I wanted to remember specifically when that chord happened so I could give
yeah.
feedback on that.
Yeah, so I remember I was around here. So yeah, change this chord, and that will definitely help. As well, as you were saying before, I would have added like a kick, like a filtered kick, or a snap, or a
Yeah.
cinematic drum loop, or whatever. Around at that time, actually, just before the build up, to start raising the energy because otherwise it's a bit long. This way it adds something new. As well, and actually this I had learned it from you, Hunter, in the build-up, the filtering of the leads. He opens it fully, and I know I've learned from you to actually not open it completely full. This way, when the drop arrives, you haven't given all the leads right away, and also because it didn't sound. I don't know. Yeah, I would definitely not open the leads here. I would still be at, I don't know, like 15,000 or something like this, like not the 20,000 hertz, opened.
Yeah.
So yeah, this really helps. And yeah, as well in the drop for me it was the melody is okay, but I feel like it could have, it's very, very typical. I'm saying this because I know your songs and everything you've been working on, and I feel like you can go even better with the melody and having it a bit more special, a bit more unique, and even in the layering of the leads, or maybe I don't know, some pitch bend here and there, or some tape stop. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas, but it felt a bit too simple, and I feel like with the level that you have, you can definitely go the next level and have it a bit more unique. So yeah.
I agree with the part of the break that you said that could use a lot more,
Energy.
or use some kicks, some
Yeah.
drums, some movement, as I would call it. Also, in the drop, I feel like there is a lack of either mids or subs, something like that, that really needs that energy, that power to really bring the drop to life. The melody can be improved as well, and I also saw somewhere, yeah, a few people even said it here, that I'm looking at it right now, that the drop needs to be, a bit more powerful, improved, and I think the idea has some potential. I do like the fact that it has those nice emotional chords. Other than that one hiccup, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so one thing that could definitely help you from making that mistake is maybe just having, let's say that you have a chord progression, right? Let's say that you're comfortable with the 4 bars of the chord, just copy and paste instead of keep drawing it out, make it one pattern that fits the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's consistent. Also, I appreciate you taking the advice I give. And
Oh yeah, I've taken all of them, believe me.
thank you. I appreciate you also noting what I told you in one of your ideas. To not open it up all the way, and not to play all your lead sounds at once. You want to hint it, not give it away. It's like a magician. Like, you want to hint towards the end of the trick, but you don't want to be like, oh, hey, this is the end, because then it ruins the surprise.
Yeah.
That's what you need to also do here. You don't want to use all your lead sounds, maybe use a couple of them, or use one sample, and don't open it up all the way. What I like to do is open, 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 and then not all the way, and then go back down, and then fully play the leads in the drop so that it's powerful.
Yeah, and when you say as well, don't use all the same layers that you have for your leads. Use like 3 or 4 if you have 8 in the drop or whatever. But one thing that I love to do, and we've done it on Hold You with Jacko, is to, instead of using the lead sounds, we use just a piano sound. Just a nice little cute piano sound. This way it doesn't give out the leads, but it gives a little bit of hint of the melody. And I felt like it was working perfectly, and I feel like for emotional progressive house it would work super well. So that's also another thing.
I agree. We did the same thing in Fight the Good Fight. We used just to think of a Spire sample just to play the melody before the drop, and then in the drop we introduced the leads.
Yeah.
Something that you could follow, but not give away the big energy that you want to present at the end.
Yeah. All right.
Overall, not bad.
Yeah, no, overall, so beautiful and potential, and yeah. All right. I think this is just an idea because the guy messaged me saying it was not complete and everything. Love the drums. This is really cool. I was not expecting it. But I feel like I was not expecting the drop because it came so quick. Like the build-up was like
there
half
was
the build-up
no
is like
real build to
Yeah.
it. It was just kind of like quickly into the drop. It felt rushed.
Yeah, it definitely felt rushed. I think if it's more controlled and we understand more that it's a build-up, it'll work super well. Because this way it goes straight to the essential. But yeah, it gave me some Kashmir vibes, to be honest.
This, I don't know if this was intentionally a reference, but this seems almost identical to that song called Airplanes. I don't know if you know it. I think it's a pop song. What's in that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars?
Yeah.
I could really use a wish right now. That sounds almost identical. And rhythm and chords, everything.
But I really like it. I thought it was really original, and yeah, I don't know. Overall, I really liked it. I think the drop was missing some low end, some bass to have a bit more impact and energy. And then I don't remember. I was enjoying it.
Yeah, I think that the mixing could be improved a lot as well. I think that this is a pretty cool idea. I also I also think you mentioned while it was playing like nice percussion nice drum work.
Yeah,
that
the
was also
cinematic
very
drops
nice as well.
were really nice. Yeah, drums, not drop.
Yes. Oh yeah, sorry. Drum work. I don't even know what the hell I just said. Nice drum work. I think that was very good. Something that we have been, I guess, looking for so far in the feedback session. Overall, pretty good idea. I think that with some, and this is kind of like a theme that I keep seeing go in the feedback session is constant, like trouble with mixing. I would say, watch as much YouTube tutorials as you can. You don't have to do any of that paid for service nonsense. You don't have to do any of that. I think that just practicing and practicing your weaknesses, you will improve.
Yeah, I think for mixing, because they always ask me a lot, like, how do you learn mixing? And I feel like it's just by doing it over and over and over again, every track you make will sound better than the last one, and that's what you should aim
Yep.
for. And I feel like as well, what helped me is actually giving feedback, because then you train your ears so much that because you reference as well with other songs, professional songs on Spotify, and it really helps you. And because for me, I feel the only thing that really helps me on YouTube about mixing is to watch those long from start to finish videos. Or I think one that I watched recently, I think yesterday, was Rios.
Yep.
He does those studio time, or those like 1 hour long challenge where you see him live. It's like almost uncut, like those live streams where people are mixing in front of you their songs. That's where you learn all those tricks and all those things. So yeah, but
And here's something that I learned from Mesto. I believe it was Mesto. It was either Mesto or no, it was Mesto. He said and Jonas Aiden too. Mesto and Jonas Aiden. They both said play around with stuff. Sometimes if you have a track, right, and just throw a plugin in there, mess around with the knobs, see what they do. Even if you're doing sound design, mess around with knobs, see what you can come up with. Really kind of just toy around with stuff and be like, oh yeah, that's what that does. Now let me try and do this. With the other knob that I just found out does this thing. You know what I mean? You just want to experiment. And that would also help you learn a lot. And whether it's mixing, sound design, or anything like that, I think that just playing around and having fun overall is what makes good music good. Is to not do cookie cutter by the book things, but to really have fun with it and just make it like it's almost like a video game almost. You just play around and have fun.
Yeah, no, definitely agree. All right, we have Robinito, which is it an original or remix? Because I know he does a lot of remix. Impressive.
When I'm looking back on my life, running, but I just don't know why. Painting a picture that I can't see is falling from grace, got me on my knees. Oh, just looking for some meaning. The velvet sky, I don't think I can do this. But before I die, I wanna make a difference. She said, don't you cry, your heart won't lie, but the clock is ticking still. The velvet sky, I gotta make a difference.
Cool.
I feel like I like the idea, just that I feel like I've heard this kind of, I guess, template before. I don't want to say template, not like stolen, but
I mean,
I've heard this kind of idea before. I've heard it many of times. I think that
there's a lot of emotional progressive house like this that resemble themselves. It's never the actual same. So I think I've been talking to this guy. I don't think it's anything stolen or anything like that. Yeah. But
I also think that what's called that for the drop, the build up. I feel like you need to introduce in the break a little bit, maybe little hints of little hints of like the melody, and whether it's in like a piano or whether it's in like maybe like a filtered version of some of the leads. I felt like the melody just came out of nowhere, and it didn't really have a place there. Almost like it just felt like it just appeared. I'm like, oh, okay, uh, and I like this idea. I think the break is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's
The
beautiful
vocals not
overall.
bad.
I love it. I mean, this, like, I'm a sucker for these kind of songs, to be honest. At the moment, I just love these vibes. So that's definitely what I like. But this, it's personal taste. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
otherwise, I have a lot of things because someone asked, what are you writing, PLV? I'm writing the notes because there's when you give feedback, there's a lot of things to give feedback on. And when you give feedback on the breakdown, but then it's the drop at the end, you don't remember what you thought for the breakdown. So I'm just writing down everything so I can give you guys the best feedback with everything I've noted and heard. So yeah, that's what I'm writing here. So
That's
what I
very
was
smart.
saying, I think someone said also kick buried. That's what I felt as well in the breakdown. I felt like the kick was a bit weak. It felt like it had like this one.
Picture. She said, "Don't you cry, your heart won't lie, but the clock is."
For me, it just like it has a lot of top end, and I feel like it could use some more body.
He doesn't have that punch that a kick like that should
Right,
have.
yeah, that punch. So yeah, that's that body. Also, the arp that you have in the breakdown is really beautiful, but it felt very repetitive because you have it all the way long. And also, I think it was just a bit too loud in the mix. Like the arp should really be a background element. So either add a bit more reverb or turn down the volume a little bit, a couple dBs to have it more, here in the background. Maybe put it a bit more on the sides. But yeah, it was just a bit too much there. It's beautiful, the art, but just too much there in the mix. Then I, as well, when the leads started to arrive in the build-up, I don't know, I wasn't a fan of the layer, like the sound selection for the leads. I felt like that for the vibe of this song. Yeah.
Can you stand rest my frozen state living? I gotta make the sky. I gotta.
Yeah, I like it more in the drop than in the build-up. So maybe I would filter
Yeah.
it a bit more or use different sounds or a piano sound. I think would work great here. It just surprised me. Maybe it's just me, but it did. And then yeah, in the drop, I felt some low end on the sides. So I would try to remove the very low end from the sides and keep it in the middle. And
Uh-huh.
then I think the crashes were a bit too loud as well in the drop.
I agree.
Yeah, a few mixing here that I heard here and there. But yeah, with some more polishing and stuff like this, I think it'll be really nice. I personally love the melody. I know I think some were not saying that, but it's because I don't know. I feel like it has a different. It doesn't have the same rhythm as the typical progressive house. It has like way more notes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like it was interesting. So yeah, that's it
I
for me
agree.
on this one.
I think this has potential.
Yeah.
I think, and I know this is not just like a nice thing that we're saying like, oh yeah, like with some improvement it could get time. Like no, like genuinely, like there
Yeah.
are tracks that I really feel like that. Like once improved, they are nice tracks. There's a lot of talented people here, and
Yeah.
I think this has potential.
All right. Almost at the half. Oh my god. I think next time I'm gonna open the submission when the live starts actually, and do the opposite because, yeah.
It's
Right, Archie.
yeah, like, these sessions are long.
Want to go first on this one?
I think that the mixing definitely needs to be improved in the break. I think that for me it sounded a bit muddy and a little kind of like there were a lot of things that were kind of like buried. I think that mixing, same thing for the mixing. The mixing and the drop could be improved. I also feel like the vocal is a bit. I don't know if it's just me. Is a bit too wide almost. It's not very. It's not on top of the track like it should be.
Yeah.
It's kind of like just buried under or buried within everything, and you always want the vocal to be on top.
Yeah.
Because that's like the main thing that you kind of follow alongside the track.
Yeah.
But overall, not a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt. Did you feel like some stuff were out of key, or was it just me?
Like a few of yeah.
There's like some notes in. I feel like in the low ends, in the chorus or something in the bass that are a bit off key. I don't know. There was something different, but maybe once the low end is cleaned, maybe it'll help. But yeah, as well, like there was a lot of low end in the intro.
Yeah, the low end very loud.
And then nothing, which was very odd. So I don't know, maybe reverse it or still keep a little sub or something, but don't completely remove the low end, I'd say. And then I think there's a like this ARP is really cool, but same as the previous one, I feel like it's competing with the vocal for the main element, and you should just put it a bit more back in the mix, and it'll help to be more clear on what's happening in the song. And yeah, I mean, I think it has some potential. Like the drop, I really like the drop. I feel like I like the drop more than the breakdown. But with some more mixing and polishing, it'll be cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right.
Wonder who the next one is, right? Because we're having some.
Yeah, I know.
Feedback session.
Yeah, DJ Crab something. Sorry, I can't read the name. Wait, is it the same? I think it's the same guy. I think it's the same guy.
As before?
Yeah. I feel like it's the same guy. If the person that sent this is here and it's not, and you didn't send it before, send me a message after on Instagram, I'll give you feedback. But I'm gonna skip it for now because I feel like it's the same person and I want to keep it to one track per person because there's already too many.
It'd be like the same feedback kind of.
Yeah. Let's just pass. That's gonna be different. different.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool though. The mix
I
of
think
both
it's-
styles is pretty cool though.
I think it was very repetitive for me.
Yeah.
I didn't. There wasn't really something I could follow other than like the repetitive.
Yeah, I felt
I
the
don't know
same. I
if
don't
that's a
understand the
melody.
arrangement, but maybe that for this style of song, because there were still variations. Because I was paying attention to it, so there were still variations here and there. But yeah, I definitely agree. It was kind of like hard to follow. Like, okay, what's the main part? What's the down parts?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But maybe it's also not the style genre of music that has the same standard as we do.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, super unique for sure. Me, in terms of what I can do to help, say to help, is the synth that came in. I don't know exactly where it was, but I feel like maybe reducing the top high-end noise would help a little bit to make it sit better with this track. Yeah, and I felt as well like with the drums that you had, there was some low rumble saturation or something on the sides that was a bit distracting to the ear. So I would fix this. But otherwise, I think that's yeah. Glad you agree.
I agree.
Okay, everyone
There's not
agrees.
much I can really say about this because
Yeah, that's all I can say about it. That like disturbed my ear, will say, because then it's a very different genre. So, but I feel like it sounded nice, to be honest, and a really cool concept.
it was different.
Yeah. All right. Oh, Andreas, I think he's here, and that's his remix of a unreleased Avicii song.
And a little food on our plate.
Oh. Ooh, remake, not remix.
Bang, what's that sound? Everybody run when the shots ring out. Oh, that's not right. I'm all night. Hey, that's okay. I'm no, I'm going back. Oh, we know we're struggling just to try to make these ends meet. Job juggling. Lord, hear my cry. I'm wondering why the TV turned my people. Ride for the money, die for the money, for a little food on our plate. Give us freedom for all our families. Give us freedom, peace and harmony. That's the reason we struggle every day for our freedom and a little food on our plate. And we ride for the money, die for the money, for a little food on our plate. And we ride for the money, die for the money, and a little food on our plate. Hey. Bang, what's that sound?
All right. What do you think?
There isn't really much I can say because I don't know the original track that is
Yeah.
being remade. Doesn't ring a bell to me. Like I don't know if I've
It's
heard
an
this before, but
unreleased.
I'm sorry.
It's an unreleased idea from Avicii,
Oh, the
I
beaches.
think.
Um,
I think. Andreas, can you say in the chat? I think it's an unreleased idea from Avicii that he saw in a video or something like this. I think that's what I remember from the message that I got yesterday. So I think that's what it is.
I don't think it's bad. Very on point, especially with the lead sounds, very Avicii sounding leads. They're not very often what he would typically use. Yes, it was just an idea that she had.
No, don't
Overall,
get a
not
link.
bad.
I'll be copyrighted.
I would need to get the original to give like full genuine feedback, but I
Yeah,
think
but
that it's nice. I think that it sounded very close to what something that Tim would make.
there's
Overall, not bad.
yeah, I mean, there's still, because I know it's a remake, so it's hard as, yeah, not listening to the original idea to give a feedback. But for me, yeah, maybe the leads are, I don't know, for me, it missed those organic sounds that Avicii uses in his leads. It felt very synthetic and thin, though. So, yeah, for me, that's what I had put, but maybe you probably know more Avicii song than me. And yeah,
I
maybe
think
it's the same, because
I don't mean to cut you off.
yeah.
Was it the like synthy sound that he uses was very on point, but I do agree with the organic sounds that it wasn't really
Yeah,
Avicii-esque, if you will.
yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I think someone said it as well. The kick for me lacked some top end. It was very what is it? The name? Yeah, yeah. It missed that clicky top end that you want to have to stand out in the mix, and I feel like as well the vocal in the breakdown where there's the guitar and the little synth playing, I felt like the guitar was overpowering the vocal. So I would I don't know exactly what you could do, but definitely either compress, or louder vocal a little bit and reduce maybe the guitars, because I think they were really loud. I think about the guitar, they were really repetitive for me. I felt like it was the same guitar thing the whole way. But if this is the idea, then this is the idea from Avicii. And yeah, that's all I had. Because yeah, it's hard to not listen to the original. Because
It's not easy to like
yeah,
compare when you don't know like what.
yeah, because otherwise, if it would be just feedback, feedback without the remake part, I would say as well that it is quite empty. I felt that it was quite empty overall. It was almost just a guitar, vocal, and a synth. So I missed a lot of other elements to help make it full. But if the idea was that, then that's it. So that's the thing, is a bit hard to give the feedback on this one. But I'll take a listen after. You can shoot it in my DM and I'll listen to it.
Yeah, you send it over to me as well.
Yeah.
I would love to actually see.
Yeah, definitely. Because also if it's an unreleased idea, I'm guessing it wasn't finished, which would explain the fact that it's not that it's a bit empty.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. All right. No, this is great. Thank you, guys. Do you want to make it a little different than the original as well? Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Cool. Well, you're welcome. All right. Wait, I think he said he submitted here. That happens sometimes. Yeah, if you give the Google Drive file, you need to give me access to everyone. You need to make it accessible to everyone with the link. So I can't give feedback on this one. I can't listen to it. All right, next.
Was it something I wrote that made you feel like I just wasn't enough? Was it something I said that made you leave our love behind in the dust? I wish that you just called me.
Wait, is it a remix or just a very overused sample vocal?
Whatever it is, it sounds good in the track.
And leave me a message saying we shouldn't end this today. I told you I was sorry for making a mess and complicating your head like I did. And I wanna go back and live 1,000 lifetimes with you. And I wanna escape this moment. It gets harder without you.
interesting drop.
I don't know if it was just on my end, but it lacked a lot of power.
Yeah, but I don't know. For me, I feel like the vocal don't match the track, almost out of key.
Behind in the dust, I wish that you just call me and leave me a message, say you like I just wasn't enough.
I don't know. There's something that
I
I
like
don't.
the vocal of the track.
Yeah. No. The vocals are nice. I've heard them already like many times on tracks, so it's probably a very used sample. But yeah, I don't know. For me, it felt. I don't know why. But yeah, I definitely preferred the drop. But yeah, definitely missed some power. Maybe some high end somewhere. Because it's
It was missing a lot of low for me. I think like I was expecting something that really punched, and then like, where's the power? It's lacking a lot of that strong energy that a track with this would have.
Yeah.
I do like the idea a lot. I think that with the change of vocal, though, it would make it 10 times better, though.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I totally agree. It's a difficult one to judge. Because there's a lot of interesting things, but yeah, maybe the vocal is cool for the drop though.
Yes.
But I agree with everything that's been saying in the comments as well. Yeah.
It's I think that with the fix of the drop and a new vocal, that this actually can be a very solid idea.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah.
More pop oriented kind of style. I like this a lot.
Yeah, no, the vibe is definitely cool as well. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Give you up. Is that a remix? Oh, guys, I don't have access to the link. All right, Nepo, if you're still here in the live, because I think he was there.
Do you remember summer of 14 when we tried to be everything? Do you remember all of the things we promised to each other? I thought this was it, I'm done with looking, I found who I want, but you weren't the one. How can I trust my judgment when my heart's in the pavement, screaming please, please love me, love me. How do I go on from here when all I want is you near? Baby, please, please love me, love me.
Okay, I'll stop it here.
Wow. I think that I love the vibe.
Yeah.
I think that personally that this I think that this vibe though can really be more improved if you have more of a powerful drop.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very familiar with this genre. I don't produce it myself, but I do listen to a lot of tracks like this, and I know that with a powerful drop, like maybe it was the leads, maybe more of like bodied leads would help a lot. I do love the ambient sounds and the texture that this has. I just think that if it was more pushed in the back and around
Yeah.
the track, opposed to it being mono and center with everything else, I think that would be a lot better. And if it was also lower in volume, because with
it was
ambient
hiding the
sounds,
rest.
would you rather have rain that's pushed in the back and to the sides? And you're like, wow, that sounds really cool. Or just rain blaring in your ears, you know? I do like this though. I think that this idea really, really is sick. And like I said before, I love the vocal. I don't know if this is a
Yeah, the vocals
sample,
are
an
nice.
original, or if it's just a placeholder, but whatever it is, it's really nice.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you said because that's all I had here. Yeah, it like the ambience is all nice to have, but for me they were hiding all the other elements like the chords and all the arp, and which it should be the opposite.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think what can help the drop is to have some bass, some low end because I was really missing it. So I feel like it'll help that. Maybe some FX as well, some fills here and there to add. And yeah, as you guys are saying in the chat, the kick I felt too weak for me. So yeah, either change the sample or EQ it, boost it, saturation, something. But yeah, otherwise, definitely agree with everything you said. That was yeah.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
If ever you actually take the feedback that we are giving and actually apply it, I would love to hear this idea. I like it a lot.
Yeah. All right, it's our lane.
Ooh, I'm excited for this one.
I won't say goodbye yet. Can I change your mind? 'Cause I don't think we're finished until I cross the line. 'Cause I can't let you go. I want you to know that I will make you mine. 'Cause I can't let you go. I want you to know that I will make you mine. So before we dive in deeper, I wanna get to know you well, you well. And the only thing that's better is you and me together for real, for real. Let me have a taste of you, taste of I'm loving everything you do. A taste of the only thing I've had to do. A taste of is have a little piece of you. A taste of you.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh,
that's really nice.
I always love seeing this kid's tracks. I've seen him improve a lot, and the last feedback session, which was a few months ago, I really, really do like this idea. One thing I would change though is the vocal. I already know a track on Real Radar that uses this. It's called it's with Bastion and
Yeah, because I was gonna say the vocals are really nice, but yeah, if because I think right now he's trying to aim for those labels, so if you use this, yeah, if it's the same vocal,
they don't want to repeat vocals.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's too bad though,
do like
'cause
this
it's a good
idea.
vocal, but yeah. Yeah, no, it's awesome. I've loved the drop. Honestly, I love the drop. I felt like the melody was different
Yep.
from any other. It has like the story, it's kind of like always I really love it. I felt like though in the drop, I felt like the chords could have been. I don't know. I had trouble hearing the chords. I felt like very low, whereas it could bring some mids a bit in the drop. I don't know what you think. But felt like I would have pushed a little bit the chords.
I feel like the mids and the bass were actually a bit pushed too further. Like I felt like I heard a lot of mids in the bass opposed to low end.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things that I noted for the whole breakdown. It was very low end bass heavy, which I think was too much. If you just reduce it a little bit, because I felt like it was overpowering the rest. And the last thing for me is that I felt like the breakdown up until the drop, it felt a bit empty a little bit in the melodic elements. Like I felt like there was only chords, But like, you know, if you add like some pads, some synth, I don't know, ARP or anything like ear candy, something, because it was, yeah, for me it felt just a bit empty, and if you add a bit more, it'll make it even better. And yeah, that was it for me.
Yeah, I do overall like the idea though. I
Yeah.
think that once everything is improved,
Yeah, it's super cool.
yep,
I love that drop, yeah.
same here.
Cool. Oh, Divin Vegas. He's one of the moderators.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. Ooh, Bass House. It's really cool. It's different because I remember last year, I think he was doing like lo-fi mainly. So I always pictured him as lo-fi, and now he's doing like crazy bass house.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. And I think he just got out like or finished his music academy school. And I think yeah, you can definitely tell like you took a really good level since the last songs that I heard from you. So this already just is great. Yeah. And yeah, go ahead.
I'm not a huge fan of the what is it?
The lead?
Like yeah, the lead. Like it sounds
I
very
agree.
off to me. I think
Yeah.
I like the rhythm that it has though, but just the lead is
Yes.
like off. And I do agree with I don't know who said this.
More bouncy?
It could be a bit more bouncy.
Yeah, more
I do agree
sidechain.
with
I
that.
feel like in the lead, in those, you need a lot. Same in the bass. Yeah. And wait, did I? Yeah, I feel like because I feel like it's drowning the attack of the kick. I don't know. Yeah, I think like the kick will come back better in the mix once you put more sidechain in all these elements. Yeah, otherwise, for me, it was mainly in the build-up that you had. It felt very empty because it was mostly just a snare roll and an uplifter. But if you put the lead melody filtered or something, it will help. And I know it reminds me like the type of the song that you just did here reminds me exactly the last video from Rios that I listened to yesterday, where he does like a studio time with Rios and he was making some big room that kind of sounds like this. So if you want to check out this video, I'll send it to you because I think it'll be super helpful. He showed all the processing that he was doing in his leads, and I think that'll help you so much in this one. So yeah, I'll send you to that because I can't like it was like 10 effects on the leads or something like this. But yeah, as you were saying, I think the lead can be more processed. I think everything could be a bit more processed with more effects because that's really what's gonna give it the vibe and what's gonna bring it to life. But already it's such a strong idea, and yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, same here. I do like the general idea around it, and yeah, I think that with the fixing of the leads, I think that this is a sick idea. Well done.
Yeah.
Also, side note, I sent you something on Discord. You can check on your phone or whatever. So just in case it doesn't mess with the screen thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw
Surprise
that
for
you
the-
sent, but I can't go check the chat because it's gonna remove your video. So.
We'll play it at the end.
Yeah, I don't have it. Oh, okay, sure, sounds good. All right, Javier. I don't know if he's still here because he was there at the beginning, and I know it's been a bit long. I'm sorry. I think I need to. I'm still in the beginning of those feedback sessions, so I think every time I try something different for the submissions, I think next one I'll just open the submissions a couple hours before the live starts. This way, you guys can just send, while you're here in the live, you can send your song and we can give it feedback right away. And I feel like maybe it'll be better. I'll try that next time.
Yeah.
All right, Javier. Yeah, I think it's jazzy pop stuff. I love the guitar. Right, I think there's a few elements off key there.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like this groovy vibe though. It's very it's
yeah.
jazzy, something that you'd hear in a jazz club. I like this a lot.
Yeah, because I think that's what he does. That's what his main thing is. So it's really cool. Yeah, definitely groovy, jazzy, really nice vibes. For me though, it feels like the whole mix is in a huge room. Everything has reverb, and it feels very far. Every element is far. Nothing really is in front. Did you get the same feeling?
Yeah, nothing's very
right.
The leader. Everything else is just around everything. It's just nothing's really
as well.
Center.
Yeah, so I would definitely work on choosing a few elements that you want to put in the middle and just a few, that you put on the sides. And maybe remove some of the reverb and just not on maybe all the elements or just on a few. Just the mixing overall. The key, the volume levels of everything I think could be better. Choose what should be in front, what should be the leader, as you said, and then go from there in terms of volume, space, reverb, and everything, and it'll help all this.
I agree. I think that this is a very nice, groovy kind of idea, and I'm a huge fan of it. I love I listen to a lot of New Orleans blues and jazz and stuff like that. And this is something right up my alley.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. All right. Hard frequency. Oh, he's here. So let's do it. Yeah, sorry, I closed the submissions because it's already been 2 hours and we still have almost 10 to go through, which is already too much. So sorry, I'm gonna have to. I know it really it makes me feel bad because I want to give feedback to everyone, but it's just I would be here the whole day. So I'm really sorry. Try to send me a DM. I'll try to give feedback as soon as I can in between the feedback live that I do like this. But yeah, it's sorry. All right, hard frequency, your turn. I love the artwork.
Yeah, same here. I love that.
Nice. stop it here. It's been
I think it's very repetitive.
Yes.
I do like, I guess, the kind of like groove it's going for. It's very chill, relaxing. I think that also that clock came out of nowhere for me.
Oh,
I
I
don't know
didn't
if you
notice.
thought the same thing.
I
In the
didn't
drop,
notice.
it just appeared, and then I like how it followed the second part. Maybe if you had it in like the stop of the first part of like the drop, to say, and
Yeah.
then let it continue into the second part of the drop, that'd be cool. But don't place it randomly in the first part and then have it just follow throughout, because then it just seems out of place and random.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, overall, the vibe and the idea of the song is definitely what I would listen to, while being at work or doing something else. Like, I love those chill vibes. It's really nice. SS1143M, your track has already been listened to, I remember. So you can, I'm gonna leave the video on after so you can find it and hear your feedback, but we already heard it. All right, so yeah, for me, the idea, is really cool, but it needs a lot of mixing to polish it and really make it sound good and clean, because like those chill songs like this are really, really clean. There was a lot of low rumble, quite as usual. So really like put an EQ almost on all the elements that shouldn't be in the bass, in the low end, and just cut the low end to be safe. And I felt like the bass, like those boom, 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 like those bass notes like this, were on the sides, which I think they shouldn't. They should more be on the center.
Bass should always be in the center. Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
you
it should
never
always
really
be
want your bass
mono.
on the sides. You always want that to be kind of like
Yeah.
a weight, like almost like a weight in your track. You don't want it to be something like an ambient or something like that. You need that kind of like lift your track up. I agree.
Yeah, so definitely that. I felt like the kick was a bit too loud and clicky, whereas I think more of a filtered kick, type would be better for this kind of track. And then you can add this little clickiness, that top end, with another one. You can combine two, and I think that would work better in this track. In the drop chorus, we'll call it here, the lead felt super back in the mix, whereas I would definitely have one that should be, the main lead melody, because the melody was pretty cool. Just to have, as you were saying before, like a leader in the song. And yeah, I think it's gonna sound great. It's really cool. Please send it to me when you release it.
Just a quick thing, real quick. Is there if you just open up the what's it called, the submission thing, real quick, so you don't have to go into Discord. I'll just submit it through here real quick, and
sure. I'm gonna open. I need to open it then. Go ahead.
All right. My apologies, guys.
I hope not 10 are gonna come in though.
Alright,
yeah, we'll play it at the end. Oh, Arvinius. I don't know if he's still here.
Yes, he is. Actually, speaking of him, he has two submissions that are very different. He wants us to listen to both of them if possible.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like the tricky things, because if I say only one track to everyone and then I do it for one person, it's kind of like not fair for the other people. So, but yeah, I mean, you can definitely send it to us privately for sure. We'll listen, but just for the live, because I don't want to feel I want to stay fair for everyone else. So yeah, all right, let's see. I'm sure it's gonna be a banger. Hey,
you
Josh,
can close off the thing, by the way. I just submitted it.
Oh yeah, cool. Thanks. Otherwise, we're gonna have another 5 coming in. All right, cool. Let's hear that. It's gonna be good.
When it's nobody's fault but your own, you drive
not kidding. I don't know if you can see, but I have chills. Like literally, I have chills. This is amazing. Like I love those type of songs, and I can't believe he's what 13, 14.
13. He just turned 13
That's
on the
insane
10th.
to me. Like just insane. Like at 13, I was like, playing with Pokemon cards. It's like I didn't even think about making music, right? Like so, this is just insane. Like he has such a big potential. That's insane. I mean, I still have big chills here. I just have two things for me that I picked on. But yeah, go ahead if you want.
I am not gonna give feedback on this because I've actually seen this being worked on like from the very beginning. So
okay.
I don't think I've helped him out. Like not helped him, like I've given him feedback while he was working on it.
Okay.
So
yeah. I mean,
I'm not gonna say anything.
From me, like fresh ears like this that that listens to this, there was just two things. One thing that actually really disturbed me is the guitar that is on the side, like those little guitar notes that are on the side. It's really beautiful, but it felt disturbing because it was too loud. Whereas if it's more back in the mix, it would help, because then I was like, I had trouble to focus on one main thing. So that was the only thing during the intro breakdown that was, like the level of each ambience melodic elements, which is great because there's a lot, which helps it, with the ambience and the vibe, and it makes it sounds full. But for me, it really disturbed me, that guitar on the side. I was like, wait, what am I listening to? What should I focus on? So that was the only thing. And then I felt like there could have been more bass in the drop. I don't know if you agree. But I felt like
he actually
was
just
like
got a new pair of headphones.
okay.
Now he can hear like that actual low end and that bass.
Okay,
He always used to have like a little bit of an issue with that, but now.
Yeah, because in the drop it was like very mid-high heavy, and I missed the bass. So yeah, that was the only two things that stood out to my ear, and that's it. Otherwise, yeah, got chills. So that's a good one.
He did ask if possible there is variation, and just to save time, just play from the second build. There is like a variation.
If I find it. Right. Although one thing I really liked as well, which is different from the other songs, is the little vocal sentence here and there in the drop, which I think really helped. Love that. It goes so well. Oh, this is all the... I need to reload it, sorry.
That's alright. Sometimes Google does that, I understand.
Yeah.
When you feel rise above it all, when you feel a wall, you will rise above it all.
Everywhere, like that's insane, really.
Very talented.
There's just one thing I caught. There was one weird thing when the second drop came. There was kind of like a cut when the second drop came back. Like there was kind of like a cut, so just a little technical fix. But I mean, this is crazy. Maybe. In the second build up, there's the rise above vocal. I would have wanted to hear it a bit more. It felt a bit lost in the build up, so I would maybe raise the volume a little bit. Let me find it again. Yeah, it's like it kind of like has a problem to start. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it, and like the
Right?
start of the
Yeah,
drop.
it's just at the start of the second part of the drop. It's like it starts like a milliseconds later or something like this. It's like, yeah, you heard it. Okay, cool. If you heard it, then that's fine. So yeah, me as the first time that I heard this, it threw me off. I was like, oh, there was a little hiccup. So yeah, just fix that, and that's really cool. That was insane.
I love that.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, I really hope he goes far. Like, I really hope you go far, and yeah, all the best to you. Seriously. All right. Oh, that's the one created by an AI. I'm really. Oh, it's a YouTube link. As long as it doesn't have copyright. I mean, it's interesting because so that's been done by an AI.
Really?
Yeah, that's the guy has a channel, I think, for music made by AI. I think he was saying.
That's cool. It's like an old school like hip hop type of beat,
but like. But it's funny. It's like because it's an AI, I'm trying to pay attention to what it's doing good, and like it has those variations. It's not super repetitive. It is a little bit, but it still has those like it stops its instruments here but to take it back here, like, which is crazy. It has those rhythms and all, which is like really cool. Obviously, yeah, I don't know if an AI can improve the mix, but yeah, no human touch. That's insane. Well, if the AI can improve the mix, but yeah, it's cool. It's fun. Yeah, I don't even know how it works. It's
overall very like boppy, kind of like
like how does it work? Beat. It automatically creates everything. Like, how does it work? Yeah, we'll go for the next one. But if you can write something in the chat about how does it work and how do you create all these things, that would be really interesting, I guess, to read. So, yeah. Interesting. All right, Boca. Oops. Do you still have a bit of time on your hands, or?
Oh yeah, I have. I think I do.
I was trying to keep it quicker than the last one, but I feel like it's going to be exactly the same time. I'll do better next session. It's just it makes me feel bad to have to stop the submission because I want everyone to get the feedback they want, and
it's all right.
Yeah. Cool, that's interesting.
I like that drop. I think that the build maybe doesn't, not the build, the break doesn't really fit 100% with it, but I'm not a huge fan of that long stop, because then I was like...
Me too, that was the main thing. that was the main thing. If it would have been like just a bar, like, you know, one beat, something like this, it would have helped with like, okay, like go back to it and like keep this really nice engaging rhythm. Yeah, that was really the long break for me that also was not doing it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, otherwise I agree with everything else you said. Obviously, yeah, a bit repetitive. We had other songs in this area of genre where, you know, they have some little effects here and there, some ear candy here and there,
Yeah.
or change the octave or add a different lead or something like this, you know, just to try to bring variations in something new. So yeah, I think that would help the song. And yeah,
I like the stuff.
yeah. All right, next up.
It's,
We're almost
has like a
there.
very stamp style kind of like feel to it.
Yeah. Circles. Ah. That's gonna be
That happens
complicated.
sometimes.
Yeah, that happens. Hard frequency, we already heard one of your songs, so I'm gonna pass it. Sorry. I just want to keep it fair for everyone. Feel free to send me a DM. I'll do my best to give feedback. But yeah, for this session here, I'll just pass it. All right.
So many times I've heard promises of romance, but there's something about you that makes me believe in another chance. Can't explain what I'm sensing. Every part of me trembling as I feel that you got through my defense. My defense.
Cool.
I like that
So you're liking
grooviness of
it,
the
yeah.
drop. I feel like it could use a bit more bass to it, and like that pluck seems a bit too loud or like overpowering in my opinion.
Yeah.
I do also think that the can you play just like the first part of the few first like 20 seconds of the break real quick? Yeah, that just seems very, like I said earlier, very just like standard. Like when I say
Yeah.
standard, it doesn't have a lot of like reverb or anything that's like, whoa, that sounds like kind of like
Yeah, I agree.
interesting, you know. But overall, I actually do like this idea a lot.
Yeah, no, for sure. For me, yeah, I just felt like all the elements were a bit like competing with themselves. I would just like re-volume everything together to put some in the back, put some more in the front, to have more of a balance. And I think for me, the thing that stand out as well is the kick and the drop.
Yeah.
Which I think it's losing its impact, like its attack, its transient. Which I think, yeah, if you fix this, it'll help with the more impact and groove in the drop. Yeah, otherwise, that was it.
I agree. I like this track overall, though. I think it has
Yeah, it's a nice groove.
a nice groove to it. It's very, bouncy. I like this kind of genre, like kind of like
Yeah.
Mesto, Brooks kind of style. It's nice.
Yeah. Arvinius, sorry, I'm gonna keep it to one per person. Sorry. Squill, is it you? Oh no, this was the last submission. Okay, so that's the last submission, and then there's yours, which I'm pretty sure I know. And
Yep.
no, I can't access it. If Squill, you're here, I can't access it. So day 62, I reopened the form for you to send me your submission again. He was saying he's been waiting an hour for his feedback, and that's one of the SoundCloud that wasn't working. So if you submit it now, we can listen to it. Otherwise, for now, I'll just listen to the thing you sent.
And this is my surprise to all you guys. This is an idea that I'm working on with a good friend of mine who actually submitted the Fight the Good Fight remix contest, and
Yeah.
I hope you guys like this. I played this for you a little bit before the live.
Okay, which part do you want me to play?
This one.
The whole thing?
Oh,
Just,
if you want.
just a second before we listen to this. Truck music. If your music hasn't been played, it's because it's been released. And before the live started, I deleted all the music that were already released, because one of the rules is to only submit unreleased songs that you can actually use the feedback for. So every music that was released, I think I deleted 4 or 5. So I'm sorry, but if it's released, we're not listening to it here. It's only unreleased. And SS 11:43M, I'm sure we've listened to your song. But if you can't find it, send me a DM. Wait, it's unreleased. It's private. Wait, you sure we passed it? I'm lost in it.
I don't think we did.
I'm lost.
I would know if we did, because that's my boy right there.
Okay, let's listen to your ID real quick, and then I'll listen to the other one from Circle, which wasn't working. And if you want Chuck music, resubmit your song. The form is open, so go ahead, and we'll listen to it. Spoil too much your song.
Yep.
It's
Wow, I
cool.
hope you guys
The leads are
enjoyed
really,
that.
really cool.
I know. Leopard was the one who actually designed the leads. He is a mastermind. This kid is insane. But
I think people
I hope
love
you
it.
guys are enjoying it and actually are hyped for this one.
Yeah. It's cool, it's cool. All right, so... Oh, wait, no. Oh my, we already have 3 new? Guys. I said circles and truck music. Okay, circles we have, truck music we have. Which is the last one? Oh, SS. Okay, sure. All right, I'm gonna close it now so that it's just the last 3 guys of you that are here and are waiting for it. Okay, circles. Hope this link is the right one. Yes, all right.
patience home.
Cool. Okay. Do you want to go first, or should I?
I think the mixing on the drop is a bit muddy.
Yeah.
I don't think that this is more of like a progressive house kind of thing that I felt the rhythm was kind of towards. I
Yeah.
think that it's more of a big room. I do like the hint that you added in the build. I do love
Yeah,
that.
the build up, the lead melody build up hint was really cool. And I
I think
think
the vocals also nuts. I do.
yeah, the vocals are really cool. The drop definitely has a lot of potential because it's I don't know. I really like the melody, and yeah, as Hunter said, I think the mixing needs a lot of polishment. But you know, you have the basses there. The only thing as well is in the break, it's off key. The chords with the vocals are off key, so just if the vocals are a sample, check the key of the sample. And in any DAW, you can have like highlighted notes depending on which key you are. This way, you know which notes that you can use and which you can't use. This way, this will definitely help you a lot. So yeah, just fix those. As well, I was saying, once you fix this, you can add a bit more element in your breakdown to be a bit more full, because right now there's just the chords. And I think you can add as well a sub bass, res bass for some low end, which will definitely help to have a full frequency spectrum in your song. Also, the sample of the clap that you add in the break, I would definitely change it or mix it a bit better because I don't think it fits. Sound selection is really important to get it right at the source.
That's true.
So yeah, spend a bit more time to try to get the right sample for the clap. And yeah, just clean the frequencies overall. But I think it'll come, the more you work on this track. But yeah, you have an idea here that definitely has potential if you just work a bit more on it, and I'm sure you'll do good on this track. So yeah.
I like this a lot too. I think that if you make the leads more body filled and more big room style, I think that this would go very far. Maybe
Yeah.
even a label like Intensity, Reveal, something like that. I think that this is a solid track.
Yeah. Otherwise, super cool. And for the question, no, the ebook is discount is not. It was yesterday, so now there's not. I'll probably do another discount, in the future. So don't worry. And okay, I think Chuck Music, that's gonna be your turn.
And this is the last one, correct?
No, there's also SS11. So
Yes.
yeah, there was 3 people that were still didn't have their feedback. So yeah. That's so cool. Anything to say?
I think I might have given feedback on this before, but I think he did actually do some touches. Yeah, this is a good friend of mine. He was actually the first person I ever collabed with. I got my first label
Really?
release. Called Back at You. This kid is nuts. He is very talented, especially with like that slap house or like kind of like extremely bassy like EDM. He's very, very talented, and I love how punchy his stuff is. Like his stuff hits, very hard in the drop, and that's what I like too.
Yeah, I don't really know that style of music, so I'll let you give the feedback on this one.
Though what I do think is that the vocal is a bit maybe too wide. Maybe if it was a bit more mono and like up in volume and kind of was on top of the track, that would sound
Yeah.
a little bit
Hmm.
better. But overall, love it. I love everything that this kid does. He's insane. And no problem, bro.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for our collab, I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now, man.
All right, that's the very last one.
This one that we're playing right now.
It's still not. Maybe that's why we didn't play it, because you don't have given me access, so I can't. And yeah. So yeah, I can't. So SS1143M, if you're still here and you can give us access real quick, then do it. Let me know in the chat. Otherwise, that's gonna be it. I'm just gonna wait a second if he wants to. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry, guys. I see you chat in the chat. Like, that's okay. Like, there's always comments like this. It's completely fine. That is also the reason why I always give feedback with another producer, which is Hunter Grant, which I have way more experience. So that's why. And yeah. And what I wanted to say is, yeah, obviously we can't give feedback for an hour. So obviously there's a lot of things that we're missing out. We can't give super details like this. It's just like, 5 minutes feedback. So that's all. But
because we started like 2.5 hours ago.
Yeah, like we would spend a whole day on it. So we can't give all the feedback. It's too long. All right.
And believe it or not, even though she is, if you want to say, not professional in your words enough.
Oh yeah, that's fine. It's for sure. No,
I'm saying you have some of the better. Like, I work with people years in music or in this industry that doesn't give as good as feedback as you do, and I'm saying that wholeheartedly. So years of experience doesn't matter. It's about
I totally agree to that as well. I agree to that. But then it's your opinion, and that's totally fine. We all have it, and I totally respect it because I totally agree with it. But yeah, some feedback always help as long as it's not like turn that bass super up, and that's so bad.
Yeah. Get good, dude.
Right? So yeah, all right, let's do the last one. All right, that's a quick one.
Well, I like that. Actually, now I'm not once again too familiar with this, but I like the Japanese.
It's kind of like those vibes. Yeah, it's nice. It's unique. It brings some different instruments. It's really cool. For me, I think it mixes like some ambience as well to give really that vibe. I think which will help, because it's very like chill ambience style of instrumentals. So I think it'll help giving this whole vibe and feel to the music. Let me listen to it again, because I feel like there was something that were maybe out of beat. There's something on the sides. Yeah, I think like there's a lot of elements which is good, but maybe like balance the levels so that you have something that is the main elements, then something a bit more back, etc., which is Go ahead.
I think that they're especially in this, some like natural ambience will help out a lot. I'm not too familiar with Japanese kind of style of music, but I know that from like what I heard from video games and stuff like that. That's kind of stuff that's like, whoa, like that's very ambient and cool, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's really nice. I think once
But
you
overall,
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it'll come good. It'll come good.
Is that our last track?
I think that was it. 2 hours 41. That's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not terrible.
Yeah, all right, cool. I think that's gonna be it. So yeah, thank you so much for everyone that tuned in. I really hope it was helpful. I see, you guys thanked us a lot, but don't worry, it's really, we're both really happy to help as much as we can. So yeah, really hope you like it. Can't wait to hear your finished bangers, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.
I also want to thank PLV for having me and sending you guys tracks, to listen no matter how many years of experience or how many months or whatever you have. I always love to give feedback, and I really appreciate the opportunity that I have here. I do have a track releasing next week on Wednesday, April 6th, BLQ Evergreen with Kevin Christian and Atris featuring Robbie Houghton. So check that out. Pre-save link is in my Instagram bio. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Thank you again for having me, and I love you all.
Bye, guys.